Most Christians have read Proverbs at some point, a verse here, a chapter there, but very few have sat inside this book long enough to let it do what it was actually designed to do. Because Proverbs is not a collection of inspirational quotes, it is a manual for the kind of life that honors God in every ordinary decision you make. And the person who reads it carefully and consistently will find that it reaches into places no sermon ever reached. If you have been searching for a place to go deeper with God and His Word, this is for you. This is why Proverbs is unlike any other book in the Bible. Because wisdom is not optional for the Christian life, it is essential. You can have faith and still make decisions that destroy what God was building in you. You can love God sincerely and still walk into traps that wisdom would have helped you avoid. Proverbs 4:7 says, "The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom, and whatever you get insight. Get wisdom. Not admire it from a distance, not hope it arrives on its own. Get it." And the book of Proverbs is one of the most direct pathways God has given us to do exactly that. Here are 7 reasons why reading it can genuinely change your life. First, Proverbs teaches you how to make decisions before you have to make them. This is one of the most practical gifts the book offers. Most people only seek wisdom after a decision has already gone wrong, after the relationship, after the business deal, after the conversation that cannot be taken back. But Proverbs does something different. It builds wisdom into you before the moment arrives. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." That verse does not tell you what to decide. It tells you how to approach every decision. And when that posture is built into your thinking through consistent reading, moments that once produced anxiety begin to produce clarity instead. Second, Proverbs reshapes the way you use your words. This may be the chapter of your life that needs the most renovation. The Bible has more to say about the tongue than almost any other subject, and Proverbs is concentrated with it. Proverbs 18:21 says, "The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." Life and death, not just success and failure, not just kindness and rudeness, life and death. The words you speak over your children are shaping them right now. The words you speak over your own life are creating the atmosphere you live inside of every single day. Reading. Proverbs consistently will make you more aware of your words than almost anything else. And that awareness alone will begin to change what you say and what you refuse to say. Third, Proverbs protects you from people and patterns that would quietly destroy you. This book was written by a father to a son, and much of it is a warning about the kinds of relationships and temptations that ruin lives slowly, almost without the person noticing. The flattering companion who does not have your best interest at heart. The shortcut that looks faster but leads somewhere you never intended to go. The pride that settles in so quietly you do not recognize it until it has already done its damage. Proverbs 13:20 says, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." That is not a suggestion about preference, that is a warning about trajectory. And Proverbs gives you discernment to see the difference before the cost becomes irreversible. Fourth, Proverbs trains you to work with excellence and integrity. It speaks directly about diligence, about honesty in business, about the long-term cost of cutting corners. Proverbs 22:29 says, "Do you see someone skilled in their work? They will serve before kings. They will not serve before officials of low rank." Skilled in their work. Not lucky, not connected, skilled. God honors the person who brings their best to what He has placed in their hands. And Proverbs builds that conviction so deeply into you that excellence stops being something you perform and starts being something you cannot live without. Fifth, Proverbs develops humility before pride has a chance to take root. Pride is one of the most dangerous forces in the life of a believer. Not because it is dramatic, because it is quiet. It arrives as confidence and slowly hardens into independence from God. Proverbs 16:18 says, "Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall." Before destruction, not after. Before. Which means humility is not what you practice after you fall. It is what protects you from the fall in the first place. Reading Proverbs regularly plants that truth so deeply in your heart that it becomes a reflex. And a heart trained toward humility is a heart that God can keep building without interruption. Sixth, Proverbs gives you a vision for what a life of wisdom actually looks like. The final chapter of Proverbs paints a picture of a woman whose life is built on the fear of the Lord. She is not passive, she is not fragile, she is capable, generous, diligent, and deeply trusted by everyone around her. And the reason her life looks the way it does is not talent. It is wisdom applied consistently over time. Proverbs 31:30 says, "Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised." What the world builds on will fade. What God builds in the heart of someone who fears him will outlast everything. Proverbs gives you the vision and the daily instruction to become that person. Seventh, Proverbs anchors everything in the fear of the Lord. This is where the whole book begins and where it keeps returning. Proverbs 1:7 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding." The beginning of wisdom, not the middle, not the advanced level, the beginning. Everything in Proverbs flows from this one foundation. And the fear of the Lord is not a feeling of terror. It is a deep, settled reverence for who God is that shapes every choice you make. When that reverence is the ground beneath your life, wisdom follows naturally. Decisions, words, relationships, work, humility, all of it begins to align when the fear of the Lord is genuinely first. So, how do you begin letting Proverbs change your life? Start with one chapter a day. Proverbs has 31 chapters, one for every day of the month. Read the chapter that matches today's date. But do not rush through it. Stop at the verse that lands on something specific in your life right now. Sit with it. Ask God, what are you saying to me through this today? And let the answer shape one decision before the day is over. Do that for 30 days and see what has shifted. Because wisdom is not downloaded in a moment. It is built through the patient, daily choice to return to what God has already said. The decision is yours. You can keep reading the Bible for information while your daily decisions remain unchanged, or you can open Proverbs and let it do what it was designed to do: shape you, protect you, align you with the life God intended when He made you. The wisdom you have been searching for is already written. It has been waiting for you to open the page. If this message stirred something in you today, write this in the comments. Lord, give me wisdom. I will seek it every day. Let that be your declaration. And if this message spoke to your heart, subscribe to FaithSketch, because here everything is built on the Word of God.